Good morning, YouTube. So this is actually my first vlog in a while. I had been kind of editing a bunch of the footage that I had taken before. I took about, I think, 11 or 12 days worth of vlog footage, and I am not able to upload or edit and upload every night. So it's kind of taken me a little while to chew through all that and then get it all up. So I had kind of stopped vlogging just because I didn't really want to overload myself with like 20 days of material that it's going to take me months to get around to. So there'd be such a big delay that I just didn't want there to be that. Some interesting and unfortunate things have happened. I ended up dislocating my right shoulder in the gym, doing a very strange thing. It was incline skull crushers, so not something that's known to be, injury prone or anything like that. My shoulder popped out of joint, and I think I may have lightly torn something in my back. So I was out of the gym, not out of the gym, I'm sorry, I'm never out of the gym, or I try not to be. But I was unable to do upper body for almost exactly a week. As you can tell, I'm holding the camera with it. It is better now. I have started to do some upper body workouts, so I'm definitely feeling better. That was the big hold up. As you can probably tell, I have a little bit of a cold right now. It's not bad enough that it's, hurting my eating or anything like that, thankfully. It seems whenever I start hitting new peaks when it comes to size, I always get sick, but it's kind of the name of the game, especially staying natural. So, like I say, today is my first day vlogging in weeks, so it's I gotta get used to it again. Also, honestly, I've just been kind of working, and we've had a pile of snowstorms. We had snowstorm after snowstorm.
So that's what Canada is like right now.
And I kind of figured snowstorm vlogs aren't particularly interesting because I'm either at work and then go straight to the gym and home, or I don't make it to work or anything, and I literally just eat and edit and do not a whole lot of anything. And I was unable to shovel or do any snow clearing too, which was really unfortunate. When my shoulder was injured, like I said, it is coming out of it now. It's definitely feeling a lot better, and I actually ended up pushing a PR for bench just the other day, so it's come back bigger and better. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go ice fishing today. I kind of miscalculated the times a little bit. Normally I work Saturdays, so I don't usually go to Kingswood Fitness. On Saturdays I go to a gym that's between my work and my home, which is open, I think, till 9 or something like that. But Kingswood Fitness closes at 5 on Saturdays and 4 on Sundays, so it's not something that I'm very accustomed to. So I kind of planned my day out around going to the gym in the evening, and then realized that it's going to have to go during the day. So it is about 1:30 right now. I'd like to get a pretty long workout in, so I'm going to head to the gym. I'm going to eat this and then head straight to the gym. Last meal before I work out is going to be about 5 ounces of chicken breast, about a cup and a half of white rice, some broccoli that I've already started in on. Put down some water with that, and yeah, then I'm going to load up on some. Actually just got an order from bodybuilding.com. Finally came in. I actually ran out of creatine. Don't mind the lack of label, it tore it off. I actually ran out of creatine about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, somewhere around that. So I've been off of creatine. My weight actually didn't drop, so I'm kind of surprised at. But I got a bunch of creatine now, so I'm back onto that. Hopefully that will nudge my weight up. I'm actually holding right around the same weight that I was, I'm pretty sure, last time I weighed myself with you guys around, which was right around 242, somewhere around that. That's morning weight. Nighttime weight can be usually right around 245, 246, and I've seen it as heavy as 248, which is kind of encouraging. I've never seen myself that close to the 250 mark before. It's kind of exciting. I got some new BCAAs as well, so I'm going to be taking those inter-workout. I'm going to do creatine and BCAAs, sorry, that I'm going to be doing inter-workout. And today is going to be shoulder day. It's going to be shoulders, abs, forearms, and calves. Kind of a longer day. I've got a bunch of time that I can kill in the gym, so I might as well kind of throw in a bunch of small muscle groups that I sometimes do. The kind of muscle groups that a lot of the time, if I'm limited on time when it comes to the gym, I'll just not do them. Or, you know, with abs, I can do them somewhat at home. I do like to do them in the gym, honestly, just because I like a lot of the weighted movements for abs, and I don't really have the option to do that at home. I mean, you can do some stuff with weight, but it's difficult. So I like to do those smaller muscle groups when I've got lots of time. It'll probably be about a 2.5 hour, 3 hour workout. So let's get this show on the road. Had to make a very quick stop at ye old bulk barn. Just had to drop Jess off something real quick, and then for real this time, I'm actually going to go to the gym. Just showed up at the gym. That over there, focus, there we go. That over there is my normal pre-gym drift location, and unfortunately, some group of no, I'm sorry. Anyway, somebody parked over there, so I can't do my usual pre-gym warm-up drift, which is pretty disappointing. Hopefully they're cleared out by the time I'm out of here, so we can do a little bit of relaxation, a little bit of some mild e-brake drifting. When you drive a really boring car, I'm sorry, I shouldn't call this car boring. If you guys don't know, if you haven't caught on from the videos or something, I drive a Mazda 3. It's a 2016 Mazda 3, just a totally like plain Jane. It is a 6-speed. No, yeah, did actually focus there. It is a 6-speed, which is nice. I have never owned an automatic car, and I would like to keep that record, ideally. I'm sure somewhere down the line I'll end up with something that's an auto. But honestly, I love driving stick. I hated it, of course, at first. Let's do a little story time. My first vehicle was actually a motorbike. It was a KLX 250S. I'll try to include a picture here of that bike. It was a dual sport 250cc dual sport motorcycle. I got that in, I don't know the year, I was 16, just really solely due to the reason that where I live, when you turn 16, you can get a motorcycle license, and you can get your beginner's permit, which if you go through driver's ed, you either have to have the beginner's permit for 8 months, or if you don't go through driver's ed, you have it for a full year, and then you get your the next grade up license, which allows you to drive alone. The beginner's license, you have to drive always with an adult or someone that has had a license for 5 years, which is pretty restrictive, right? It's basically, it just means you can really only drive with your parents, or, you know, if you have an older brother, you know, older siblings or something like that, you're always with an adult. So for someone like me, where I go to the gym constantly, and I've kind of, you know, I'm fairly independent, I like to do my own different things. Even at 16, I was pretty independent. So I got a motorbike. I think they've actually changed it since, but it used to be that you could get a motorbike license the second you were 16, and I did, and I bought I think it was a 2013 KLX 250S. I spent all my savings on it, and it was an awesome bike. I actually didn't put a whole lot of kilometers on it. I basically just did a couple long trips, but I basically just did, you know, hooligan stuff, went for joyrides and stuff, and commuted to work and to the gym with it. And it was incredibly good on gas. It got like I don't know, I think 70 plus miles per gallon or something like that. So, you know, I would fill up the tank. I'm pretty sure I would fill up the tank every week or two for $7. So and that was with Supreme. Like, that was with the best grade fuel. So that was my very first vehicle. Second vehicle was 2002 or 3 Toyota Echo, which is basically the pre-Yaris for Toyota. It's super dinky little, 1.6, I don't know, something like that. 5-speed standard. Little dinky car, had one. By the time I got to it, it had almost 500,000 clicks on it. And I drove the hell out of that. I'm sure, Pat, if you're watching this, I know you know what I'm talking about when I say I drove the hell out of that. We romped that little car, man. Both he and I, we had a lot of good times in that car. Second car, third vehicle, second car, was a Honda Del Sol, 93 Honda Del Sol. That is still, like, in my mind, that is still like my baby. I know, again, Pat knows exactly what I mean. He was pretty attached to that car too, just like I was. It was electric blue, 5-speed, again, standard. Had the target top, so it was a convertible basically, except it had a hard top that you could pop on and off. Limo rear window. It was just a cool car. I'll put up a picture of the Del Sol if you haven't actually seen a Del Sol before. They're just, I don't know. The second I saw one, I've shopped around for a long time for one. The second I saw the Honda Del Sol, I was like, that's my car. That needs to be my first. And that was the first car I bought. I will say the Toyota Echo was my parents' older car, and when they bought a new one, they didn't really give it to me. They just let me use it the majority of the time. I considered it mine, although really it wasn't. The Honda Del Sol was the first car that I ever actually bought. So that was, again, a pretty interesting car. All my vehicles, I don't want to hate on this too bad, but all my vehicles up until this point have been pretty interesting. I had the motorbike, obviously, cool vehicle, tons of fun, dangerous, gets you into a shit ton of trouble. It's a fucking riot, honestly, to drive, especially dual sport, because, like, you can go anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's somebody's backyard. I should probably stay quiet on that note, but you can go all over house creation with that bike. The Toyota Echo was fun because it was so ragged out, and it was so whipped on. Actually, there goes an Echo. That's funny. It's funny that I don't see them very often. They're getting to the point now where they're starting to die off. The Echo was so fun because it was like such a dinky little car. Got great mileage. I drove the hell out of it, and it took a beating and kept going. Like, Pat and I, Pat will remember this night. I'm sure we'll include this in another story time. We got a significant amount of air. I will say we did not intend on getting air. We just happened to shoot through this little side passage, and we miscalculated, and we got a shit ton of air. We rallied that thing hardcore. To my parents, if you're watching this, keep in mind that you love me, and try not to punch me in the head too hard, or at least do it in, like, the back of the head so that it's not visible to the viewers. Just kidding. They don't beat me. But yeah, I had the Toyota Echo. A lot of fun. Just for the sheer fact, not that it was fast or anything like that, although any manual car can be fun. It has the potential to be fun, especially older cars. All kinds of fun in that car. And then I got the Del Sol, which was slow. For a sports car, it was slow as hell. It was the fastest thing I had driven at that point, other than the motorbike. But it was just cool. It had a cold air intake. I think it had an exhaust. It was convertible. It just made you feel cool. Like, Pat and I would roll through downtown at like 2 in the morning with that thing, tunes blasting, and we just felt like
fucking pimps. Like, you know what I mean? When you're young and you have what you think is a nice whip, and you're just like, oh yeah, I am king shit. So it was a lot of fun, and I had a lot of good times in that car. Then I bought my first newer car, first time I ever financed anything, and it was a 2012 or 11. I'm not sure. That was just last year, so I should know. But this is 2012 or 11 Mazda Speed 3 in firecracker red. Or cherry red, or I don't know what they actually call the color, but it was 268 horsepower, almost 300 foot-pound of torque, front-wheel drive, 6-speed, fast car. Stupid fast. Honestly, like, I consider myself a fairly mature fella, but like, that was a fucking fast car. That car would get you into trouble so quick. It was really expensive to insure. Super nice. Only problem is I worked far away. It was actually decent on fuel. It wasn't great on fuel, but it wasn't horrendous, because as long as you kept it out of boost, it was fine. But I will put up another picture of that one too. I miss that car every day. Actually, I miss every single one of my vehicles. Literally, whenever I'm thinking about vehicles, I have this like nostalgic feeling about all my old vehicles. It's probably a bad sign considering I'm 20 and I'm already like, oh, my old vehicles back in the day. Probably not a good sign. Imagine when I'm 70. And then I sold that after owning it for like a year and a half, somewhere around there. And I bought my current vehicle. I traded it in, sorry. And I bought my current vehicle, which is the 2016 Mazda 3, just the base 2-liter. It's not the GT, it's the base 2-liter. It does have some nice amenities. You know, it doesn't have nav, but it has cool little tech screen and, you know, blah blah blah. It is a 6-speed, like I say. Every one of my vehicles has been standard, and I don't want to hate on this car because it's an excellent car for what it is. But what this car does is takes you to work and back. It's a commuter, and it's only that. And other than the Echo, none of my vehicles have been like diehard commuters. They've all been, you know, any vehicle can be used for a commuter, and a lot of them were pretty good as a commuter, but like, this is what this was designed to do. It takes you places. It's not fun. And sure, you can have fun in it, you know. Like I said, any vehicle you can have fun in. But my next vehicle, guys, I don't know what it's going to be, but my next vehicle is definitely not going to be a commuter. Alright, that's enough about cars. Sorry for the super long, hopefully not boring story time. But yeah, let's go smash some delts and try to think of some other words we can use. We're going to smash delts, we're going to kill calves, we're going to crush forearms, and we're going to scrunch abs. We're gonna scrunch them, guys. Let's get it on. Tragedy kind of struck during that workout. I'm out of the gym right now. My SD card has started having problems. I've actually had multiple problems with that SD card. It just comes up SD card error, and I pulled it out and, you know, wiped it clean, thinking maybe like the little connective things are dirty or something like that. Didn't seem to help. Tried a bunch of different things, and then eventually was just like, screw it, I'm not going to ruin my workout trying to fix this stupid little card. So unfortunately, I just got the first part of the workout. I didn't go too crazy on delts, just because they were actually kind of hurting the shoulder that I dislocated a little bit. Surprise, surprise. But I ended up doing fairly light shoulder day. I did do one big superset of laterals, which were really good. Good, great pump off those, and then I ended up going into forearms, calves, and abs. Kind of crushed those smaller muscle groups, and then got out of there. I just ate a banana, and I'm slowly working my way through a protein shake. We are actually at the car wash right now. I got to wash the wagon here, and yeah, then I think we're gonna head home and eat something and plan out tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be able to go ice fishing tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to have a rest day tomorrow, and I think we'll just devote the whole day to doing something fun, because we've both been doing lots of boring menial bullshit lately. So let's yeah, let's get this wagon washed off and then head home. I actually came home and then ended up having a quick little nap that turned into a longer than I expected nap. I woke up at like 8 o'clock, which is fine, honestly. I guess I needed the sleep, kind of fighting off of a flu bug at the same time, so it's like more sleep the better, honestly. Right now we're about to run into the store. We're going to go pick up a movie for tonight, and probably some snacks. So.
Some snacks.
Snacks. Alright. I just stopped in at the local gas station, and they had something that I did not expect. They have worms there, which, like, obviously they're a leftover from trout season, and usually they don't have worms, like, even late in the summer they won't have worms. So, obviously, they weren't able to sell their worms, and they just sat there in the back cooler, and they're alive. I like cracked it open right in the store, and they're 100% alive. They look pretty lively too. So that just upped my chances of actually catching fish tomorrow by like 100%. We went pretty rich piana today, honestly. We got some Ben and Jerry's and a movie, so we're gonna go home and eat some Ben and Jerry's. And I was gonna try to work like a Rich Piano saying in there, but they're also offensive, and I just don't want to bring that kind of bullshit into my channel. But yeah, alright, we're gonna go eat Ben and Jerry's and flake out. Peace. Alright guys, I'm actually in my shed right now. Everyone else is asleep inside, and I know I'm gonna need to do some filing on these blades, so I don't want to wake everyone else up. These are my hand ice auger blades. This is one that I haven't worked on at all. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see that, but it's pretty rusty and extremely dull. So I'm going to give these a sharpen up, and hopefully as long as I can keep the bevels all the same, hopefully it will pay off tomorrow. Now, I did find some earthworms at the local convenience store. They just happened to have some left over from trout season, which was months and months and months and months ago. So they're pretty old. They're still lively. They're still good in there, which was pretty surprising. I had actually walked by the little place that they were in the freezer and wondered, like, oh man, those are going to be disgusting. Like, if I open up the container and they'll all be dead. But I was just like, you know what? Let's give it a go. Let's open up one of these containers. And they were all lively and seemed to be good. So that should increase my chances for fish tomorrow. I'm not sure where I'm going to fish tomorrow, but it'll likely, I'll definitely try the same spot that I was, obviously in some deeper water, but I'm going to take the whole day to devote towards ice fishing, so I'm going to try a bunch of different places if that place doesn't pan out for me. I'm just going to do some finishing touches on my gear tonight here. Like I said, I'm going to sharpen up these blades. I'm going to prep my meals for tomorrow, finish off probably 2 more meals before I hit the sack, and yeah, I will catch up with you guys later on. That is 2 cups dry weight white rice, and then about 1.5 kilos of ground beef, extra lean ground beef. So those are going to be meals for probably tomorrow and by Monday as well. So I think I'm all prepared to go ice fishing tomorrow, somewhat anyway. It is 3 in the morning, or well, it is 2:41 in the morning. So I'm going to wolf down some of that, get the rest of it packed up, and then hit the sack and be up and at 'em early tomorrow morning for some ice fishing, or at least an attempt at ice fishing. I got my blades polished up, so I think they should cut a lot better. Hopefully they do. Otherwise, I'm going to be in for an exhausting hole drilling experience tomorrow. But I think that's going to be it for today's video, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesome content. And thank you deeply from the bottom of my heart for watching. Peace.